And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, week number 76. I'm of course SI VIP with you. I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, welcome, one and all, as we are jumping into our initial series, our fresh best of 3. We're jumping into our CVT. Exclamation mark be in the chat if you guys want to have a look back yourselves. The bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and jumping in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have the Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg. It is Aartrox. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the yellow Terran player from land of Brazil. It is INexorable. Here we go. Aartrox. Sorry, just setting things up. I do apologize. There was a bit of a disturbance. There was a bit of a mistake early on. Basically, we were trying to look for players. We were going to be covering SOS versus Ateshi, but that did change. That did since change. Alas, in the end, we do have our fresh series here, and I believe Ateshi is currently missing in action. There might be a walkout provided. If so, I believe SOS will be facing off against Percival, which is going to be a really, really good series. A really solid TVP. Again, I do recommend checking out CranKy's stream, as he will be most likely covering that match if that were to occur. Otherwise, we're going to be jumping into our initial Zerg versus Terran matchup. Here we go. As for time being, hatch gas pool, standard opener out of Aartrox. Likewise, INexorable going for his own racks expanded. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. Just catching up. I can't believe it's every other Friday. It's crazy. It's crazy. I know. On a regular basis. To be fair, there was a time where this was a weekly, right? There was a time where this was a weekly tournament. Then later turned into a bi-weekly. Here we go. And again, when it comes to stepping into this, I'm honestly quite excited. Aartrox is a very young player. He's a very young player. I believe he's a teenager. I want to say he's around 17 or 18. I remember Rebellion told us. Shout out to Rebellion. He did let us know a little bit more about Aartrox, but just a really, really young player. I think he was like born, obviously, after Brood War. Like maybe 2010. Like, I don't know. Something crazy like that. I don't know. But yeah, really young player here, and I think Rebellion said that. I think he said that he was born like after the release of Wings of Liberty or something like that. But he's a young up and comer, and he has a lot of potential as a player. He's still rising through the ranks. He's still, you know, gaining skill and still kind of improving as time goes on. And we'll see how he compares to INexorable, as he does go for a Roach base opener. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So Roach opener here out of Aartrox is going to be stepping in. Likewise, is going to be claiming his third as well, but so far unscattered. INexorable, now he knows that the third is late. Oh.
Doesn't that look fancy?
He knows that the third base is late. He knows it is delayed. He's aware of that at least, but he has yet to confirm the main. He has yet to confirm what exactly is going on. Uh-oh. So INexorable, he's still in the dark. He's looking for a way in. Roach production has begun. Link speed is on the way behind this. This tells us that we can link flood behind this to commit to an all-in. And you can see the drone count cut here at 23. So it's going to be an all-in. Aartrox is going to commit to a Roach link flood. And INexorable, he is in the dark behind this, going for a third CC before Starport. Going for a 3CC 2-on-1. This means no Banshee support. We'll have extra Marines. There we go. Dustbolt the army. Yeah, Dustbolt the move out. He is aware. Behind this, we need bunkers. There we go. 1, 2 bunkers going to be thrown down. A third bunker going to be on the way. As Aartrox does rally everything he can. Behind this bunkers, they still need a little bit more time. One of them may be able to finish. The other, it's going to be close. Yeah, boys are being pulled. The bio army is amassing. Remember, it's going to be purely vanilla Marines, and I don't know if that's going to be enough. Ooh, a bit of a move command though. Okay, bit of a move command. Lings are dealt with. Roach is left over. Bunkers, they finish up. Let's go. Bunkers are done. I'm loving how we rotate from one bunker to the other, getting within range, getting extra shots off. Yeah, a couple of extra shots off here. Hellions, they do collapse you on those Roaches, and so far we're getting some decent damage within the end. It's going to be 9 SCV kills. Workers are going down. Behind this, now we drone. Behind this, Aartrox is droning up. He's saturating. He did not link flood. He did not commit to the all-in. He did deal some critical economic damage, but was it enough? In total, he got 10 SCVs for 10 Lings, 3 Roaches, and 2 Ravagers. As the dust settles, Aartrox does take a worker lead, but now is the time to counterattack. What's important here, we have some Hellions left over. Hellions are left over, so we can hunt down this Roach and even counterattack and try to apply pressure, force out Zerglings, and maybe get some drone kills. Ideally, that's what the Hellion Banshee would be accomplishing, but as we can see here, it was a 2-on-1, so it's going to be Hellion into a 16 Marine. Stim timing. Stim is now complete, but a lot of Marines did fall earlier, and the medevac production was delayed, and that means that Aartrox is safe. Aartrox is safe. There's no mass Hellion counterattack. Bakonomi is free to drone, free to saturate, taking his gases from here and going to a lair. Baneliness is on the way, so we can go to Ling Bane Roach Ravager. So far, Aartrox looking solid. Looking very solid. And right now the pressure's on INexorable. Now, thankfully, because INexorable does have a 3rd CC, he can recover, right? He can make 3 SCVs at a time, so he can recover, he can claw his way back into this. It is going to be possible. Here comes that double drop. Ideally, this would have been 16 Marines. You can see here it is going to be 12. So it's going to be a little bit weaker and later than usual. But he can catch the Queens. Yeah, not bad. You know, transfuse. First Queen is barely going to escape. Nice kiting so far. And Lings, they're going to be cleaned up just barely. They do get a Queen as well, not bad, just barely breaking through. Yeah, 1, 2 Queens going to be falling. Marines are shut down. Sorry, Lings are shut down. Drones are pulled away. And that was 1 drone kill, so no major economic damage. But damage nonetheless. As we're forcing out Zerglings, that heavily oversaturated here at the natural. So a nice counterattack here from INexorable, dropping into the main. Dropping into the main, dropping back down to the low ground. Oh. Reversing up some drones. At least trying to. It does rest some workers. Likewise, Queen does fall. INexorable does pull away. Yeah, he does pull away. From here, we do have our lair in production, Baneliness as well, into Baneling speed. We're looking to stabilize here, but again, what the issue, I would say, both players have taken some losses here. I would say that now Aartrox has drawn up to a healthy worker count. The 4th base is up running. He does have the lava to defend, but does have the army. He's hyper-fixated here on Ling Bane. Likewise, INexorable, he's pushing. It's gonna be close. Gonna be a close fight here, a close defense. This could go either way. A lot of this will come down to the army control, the positioning of the tanks, the tank volleys themselves, and the splits. And here we go. He goes for it. He commits. Does commit in. INexorable, he kites back. Nice target firing there on the Banelings. Very nice target firing. Okay, and INexorable, he shuts down the Banelings. He shuts down most of the Zerglings as well, but it looks like there's barely enough Zerglings, and tanks are being cleaned up. Whew. Again, it was a close fight, but there just weren't enough Marines. There just barely weren't enough Marines. From here, stepping on forward. We are rallying across the map. True, no Banelings. Yeah, no Banelings not yet. Banelings just now morphing in. Oh. As INexorable does pick up, does pull away. Behind this, 4 CCs in production. Getting into 2 upgrades, rallying across the map. Aartrox likewise is looking to stabilize, and he has gone away with his Hive Tech. Okay. Going from Ling Bane into Ultra. Ultra production on the horizon here. Gases are now being taken. Gas income is a little bit limited here for Aartrox, I will say that, but that's why he's taking all 8 gases. So he's working towards that ultra production. He's getting there. The downside of what he's doing, of course, is limited anti-air. He cannot deny drop play. He has no Hydras, of course, no Mutas, no Vipers either, no passive bombs. So the drop play can excel. But the pressure is still on INexorable. Because he does not have the answer here to Ultras, not yet. They may collapsing in. Oh! Does force the pickup. Likewise does move out. Likewise jumping into the main at the same time. Aartrox is keeping up. Does defend the main. Army slimming on forward in towards that mineral line. Getting drones. Not bad. 3, 4, 5 drones going down. Lean main cleaning up the tanks. And looks like the base is barely going down. I mean, again, Aartrox, he has enough to defend, but he cannot keep up with the drops. We spoke about it. The Viper is sniped, but the anti-air is limited. The drops are not being stopped. Another Viper almost goes down. Snipes the Queen. Ooh, we have to pick up. So we has to pick up, has to pull away. And so far, this is solid damage, but here come the Ultras. The Ultras are on the horizon. Now, what's important about the gas he just took down is no gases, right? He just denied 2 gases, so now Aartrox down to 6. So 6 gas guys instead. So he has very limited gas income. You can see that in the bank. So he can't afford that many Ultras. Likewise, he can't afford the upgrades either. Oh, there's first power bomb. Again, this is the anti-air. Like, this is the only way to stop these drops is with parasitic bomb. And he does take down 1 empty medevac. Takes down 1. Again, we need those Vipers. We need those power bombs. Likewise, INexorable fanning out. Setting up his Liberators. The Freedom is ready. So we do try to rush in. Nice spread. Yeah, nice spread here from INexorable. He overwhelms. GG gets called as he overwhelms the main army. Shuts down the Ultras. And INexorable, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. A very tense game here again. It all did begin with Aartrox popping off. Aartrox, of course, able to pop off, able to get across the map, able to wreak havoc and get some economic damage. But the counterattack, the drop play, was able to trade well. Wasn't able to kill many workers, if you recall, but did trade well against Ducklings, did deny mining. Oh, here we go. Did deny mining. GG, well played. And with that, INexorable does take the first game. Does take the first game here. And we'll see. We'll see how we get into game number 2. Oh, let's go. And again, Aartrox, he was able to hold his own. He was able to hold his own for a lot of that game. A lot of it did come down to the drop play. As we mentioned, right, like he couldn't stop the drops. He barely couldn't save his expansions either. He was working towards Ultras, but he needed a little bit more time to get his gas guys online to be able to afford those Ultras. He almost got there, but not quite. Not quite with that. GG, well played. And now we're getting ready for game number 2. Getting ready for game 2. Meanwhile, it looks like we're getting some other updates on the brackets. We'll catch up on that. We will catch up. So we're getting into our next game. And the game 2 is going to be on Tokamak. Okay, we're going from one of the more, I was going to say more aggressive maps, but we're going from one of the more standard maps into one of the more macro maps instead. Here we go. So you're loading into Tokamak. That is catching up. See Setsuna in the chat. I see Sinarthon. MW, Ragnar, Babylings as well. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. As always, as always. The record today is going to be a little bit smaller, which I'm looking forward to. Like, I desperately need to sleep. Like, I'm not tired right now, but Cheeseadelphia is going to be in the evening, of course, and Cheeseadelphia is going to be an entire day event, so I do want to try to get as much sleep as I can in between this event and SDO, and in between SDO and Cheeseadelphia. It's going to be a little bit chaotic, and it's going to be a lot of intermittent sleeping. Like, I think I might have like 2 hours in between this cast and Sea Duckling Open, and then I'm probably going to have around maybe 2 hours in between Sea Duckling Open and Cheeseadelphia. So ideally I can get 4 hours sleep. Ideally, but we'll see. So it's going to be a very tight schedule. I'll be honest, I was contemplating maybe skipping KSL and just sleeping instead. But now we got to commit, Pat. We got to commit to the cast. We can make it. We can make it. We'll be fine. Here we go. So we are going to be loading into our next game. Let's jump on in. Spawning. We switch places. Spawning in the top right hand corner here of Tokamak. We have the Brazilian Terran player. We have the yellow Terran. It is INexorable, leading the series 1-0, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner. Sorry, bottom left hand corner. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the young up and comer himself. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. It is Aartrox on team New Games. Let's go. Let us go. Whew. As again, INexorable last game, as a reminder, he did go for a 3cc 2-1-1 build, so went for something very bio-heavy, biocentric. Meanwhile, it was Aartrox that went into an earlier, or I say earlier, he went for a standard opener initially into a fast roach horn. Here, pull first. You have my attention. Pull first opener out of Aartrox, going pull first, pull gas opener into a delayed hatchery. Much more aggressive here from our red Zerg, which means we can go for earlier aggression, we can go for early link speed, or we can go for an earlier roach push. Tech is available here for the Zerg player. Tech is available. As INexorable was moving out with his SCV scouts. And with this scout, he should confirm how late the hatchery is, how delayed the bases are. With this, we're massing up gas. He does step in. There we go. Does confirm. He sees the hatchery is not done. He does confirm the gases. Does confirm the spawning pool. Now, what I find interesting here is that there's no link speed. Like, at this point, we have enough gas. We have enough gas for it. There should be link speed on the way. Lack of link speed. Yep, there we go. It means we spend it somewhere else into a lair, and that's already a tell here. The fact that INexorable poked in, the fact that he saw the gas mined, and he saw that there was no research on the spawning pool, so he knows that something is wrong. In the fact that there could be like a roach one on the way or a lair. Now, from here, this could be a Link Queen Nidus all in. I'm leaning towards Link Queen Nidus. Technically, this could be Drop a Lord, but if we see... Oh, okay. Second gas geyser into a Roach one. We are rushing into Roach speed. Okay. Here we go. It's going to be getting into a very Roach-heavy start. I'm assuming Roach speed, I mean, I guess technically this could still be a Link Roach Nidus, I suppose. We'll see if the layer is for the Nidus or for Roach speed. It's going to be one or the other. Meanwhile, third TC out of INexorable. First TC. Once again, we do see a... Oh, actually, no, sorry. 3CC into a Starport, not a second Rax. So standard opener. Yep, and there it is, Nidus. Okay, so it's going to be not Roach speed, but Nidus. So Ling, Roach, Nidus all in out of Aartrox. He does have the Overlord poised here outside of the main, and there is a little area that it has no vision. There's an area right, or just ideal for a Nidus. Oh boy. Reaper Scout. Oh no! The Reaper Scout is not denied. Ling's out of position. He does confirm everything. He sees the Larry, sees the Nidus, he sees all that he needs to. And INexorable, he's aware. He's aware of what's going on. Back at home, we should be, there we go, moving up the Hellions, getting in position to scout. And there's a Nidus, and INexorable, he sees, he confirms. Boys are being pulled. We have Marines here in the bunker. There we go, they do unload. The Nidus, it's going to finish. Uh-oh. Yeah, the Nidus will complete. Add-ons are still on the way. Does focus on the Nidus just in time, but alas, is back up Nidus on the way. And we're still rallying in. More boys are being pulled. It's going to be a tough hold here. A lot of SVs are going to be going down. But he does get the surround. He will clean this up initially. He shuts down the first wave, but here comes the second. Yeah, the second wave has arrived. Do the Cyclone. Going for the Nidus itself. Ooh, but yeah, GG gets called. GG gets called. The Nidus does complete. And with that INexorable, he will fall here. And we are going to the ace match. GG. Whew. Aartrox, he pops up again. Unfortunately, INexorable, he was going for a bunch of add-ons at the time, so even though he saw the Nidus, even though he was trying to get ready for it, it was a late reaction to the Nidus. Likewise, his Marines were a little bit later to respond. Likewise, he was just going for nothing but add-ons, so he had no production ready. He had nothing to defend outside of 2 Hellions and 2 Marines, and they just tickle Nidus worms. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going into the ace match, and this can still go either way. This could go either way. Now, based on what we've seen so far in game 1 and game 2, we're expecting an all-in, right? We're expecting an all-in from Aartrox. We're expecting him to commit and to double down. As we've seen different all-ins, both in game 1 and game 2. Now, I don't expect to see the same builds in game 3. Like, I don't expect to see another Ling Roach Nidus all-in. I don't expect to see another 2-base Roach Ling Flood. But we could go into 2-base Muta, we could go into Ling Queen Drop Lord all in. There are other ways to be aggressive. There could be a Bane bust. We'll see. Go. As we are getting into our next game, as we are leading into Ultra Love. Ultra Love being a smaller map, Ultra Love, fun fact, known for all-ins. Like all-ins are more favored here on this map. All-ins that rush across the map instead of relying on Nidus ones, I should emphasize. Does make sense that we had to go for a Nidus when it comes to Tokamak. Let's go. But here we can walk. Este pecoeta. Calm down, papi. Calm down. You're an animal. You're an animal. Also, my green screen is dying on me. Hold on. I have to set it up. But here we go. We're getting to the ace match, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg, tying up the series 1-1 with nothing but all-ins, and we're expecting one here as well. It is Aartrox. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Brazilian Terran player, the Yellow Terran, being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? It is INexorable. You're the hardest working streamer, papi. Just have Beastie Boys No Sleep Till Brooklyn playing on repeat in the background. True. Yeah. I mean, I would like some sleep. So that's gonna be my goal. I'll do my best. As I mentioned, my goal is to try to nap in between this cast and SDO, and then try to nap in between SDO and Cheesedelphia. I'll do my best. Oh, God. Yes, I'll do what I can. Caliente, así caliente. For now, once again, do you see what I see? Gas. Early gas. Gas into pool into a late hatchery here out of our Zerg player. Now, the last time we saw this, it was for a Ling Roach Queen Nidasaur Lin. As I mentioned before, I do not expect to see the same build 2 games in a row. So, this could lead into Overlord Speed, into Drop Lord play. This could lead into early Roaches. This could lead into Baneling Nest. There it is. Ling Speed. Ling Speed is on the way. So remember, last game we skipped Ling Speed. Ling Speed was skipped in favor of the fast lair. This time we have Ling Speed, which means no lair. And on top of that, we're mining gas. That's what's important here. We're still mining gas, otherwise we should be pulling out. So this can lead into a Baneling Nest or into a Roach Warren. One or the other. SV Scout is crucial. He does see resource on the spawning pool. He does see that more gas is being mined. He also knows no lair. So he knows that something aggressive is coming. Like, based on what he's seen, like, he's aware. This is nothing to tell. There it is. We were curious, what's the gas going to be on Roach Warren or Baneling Nest? We have the answer. Baneling Nest is on the way. We're going for the Bane Bust. Bane Bust is coming. From the side of INexorable, as we mentioned, like, there are 2 possibilities as to what it could be. INexorable's in the dark behind this safety bunker. He doesn't know what's coming, but again, he knows it's some kind of aggression. So he's going for the safety bunker. Reaper now moving out for the scout. Lings are amassing. The bunker will help, that's true, but ideally we want a second bunker on the high ground. We need that second bunker. Likewise, Hellions going to be crucial to defense as well. Reaper goes in. Reaper goes in. Get in there, Pappy. Get in there. Does scout, no second gas. And does confirm, yeah, he knows. Now he knows, but he has seconds to respond. The Banelings are morphing in. There we go. Second bunker's on the way on the low ground still. Now the one on the high ground. So 2 more bunkers. He doesn't go for the add-on swap. He's got the 1 Hellion. And again, remember, he can just evacuate the natural. He does not have to defend the natural. He can just he does pull the boys down to help defend. I was gonna say that he can just evacuate the natural. But here we go. Here comes a bust. And bunkers, they should just crumble. Going for the kill, going for the main. Does break down that front door. Second bunker's not ready, and the Hellions are exposed. Oof. Yeah, the first Hellion is surrounded. The second one is pinned against the wall. The bunkers are empty. And Lings, they didn't damage that. They walled in. Ah, never mind. They knocked down that depot. They knock it down. Banelings are now morphing in as well. Marines, they're still on the low ground. INexorable, he's supply blocked. He's supply blocked. He can't make anything. But he does evacuate the main. Okay. Oh, does evacuate. Does get into the bunker. Just barely. Okay, he's got his bunker. He is no longer supply blocked. More Banelings, but they're trapped. Like, they can't do anything. He can move down to the low ground, but again, that's where the Marines are. That's where the bunker is. So Ling Bane is trapped, and they would ideally want to hit that mineral line, but again, INexorable, he already evacuated. Already pulled away. Tries to move down. Hellion will roast up the Banelings. And so far, nice positioning here. Whole position micro, all the SCVs. Likewise, pulls away, saves the workers. That's still a lot of Zerglings, though. We have a Viking help defend. The boys are being pulled. Banelings are almost done. The Banelings! Oh, they're going to finish. The Banelings, they will complete. We do evacuate. We do pull away. He tries to. It's going to be chaotic, though. It's going to be chaotic defense. Banelings, they do finish. So far, surrounds the bunkers. There's 3 Banelings. There's 3. Get out of here. Does pull away. Oh, Viking gets surrounded. Viking is surrounded. Getting a couple of SCs here at the natural. More Banelings on the way. But he holds. Yeah, he holds. INexorable, he's fine. He's got a full wall finally. He's got his 3 bunkers. He has Marines. He has mining in the main. The main all-in continues. And INexorable, he's fine. Back. Oh, God. Oh, I say that. Yeah, there we go. He is fine. GG gets called. He does survive. He does defend. And INexorable, he will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. Ooh, GG, well played. Ay, 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 papi. Oh my god, it does claim the series does take the 2-1. Congratulations. Shout out to Aartrox, as again, it was a very chaotic series, very intense, very back and forth. Definitely there were. And he just messaged me. He's like, this guy's totally insane. I'm like, está loco, papi. Está loco. Oh god, he is crazy. He's crazy. GG, well played. Made for some very intense and very crazy, very chaotic games, of course. He's a little bit terrified, a little bit scarred. But he made it though. He made it. Oh god. GG, well played. With that, congratulations to INexorable. He will claim it and he will advance on to the next round. And let's catch up in the brackets, figure out where we are and where we are headed. Exclamation mark be in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live, and we do have some updates here. We have Rebellion. Rebellion takes on Firm 2-0 to advance on the phase against Hero. Speed running through the tournament is already in the upper semifinals. Takes on Rebellion 2-0, waiting for the winner of SOS and Percival. As SOS, that is a walkover, by the way. SOS does get a walkover, not a 2-0 win over Ateshi. Percival does take down Triple 2-1, went to the ace match. Again, SOS and Percival, they're facing off. I believe that's being covered by Steadfast, if I'm not mistaken. Steadfast and Enki, I believe they're on that matchup. Meanwhile, Beyond took down his opponent 2-0 as Dia. Meanwhile, we do see INexorable over Aartrox 2-1. We have Classic over Galaxy. I believe that's Choi Galaxy. Nice over Greenert, and now we have the quarterfinals underway. We have SOS, Percival, Beyond, INexorable, and Classic and Nice. A lot of PvPs and a lot of TvPs as well. No Zerg representation, which is what we're used to here at the KSL, as we're going to be focusing our attention on Beyond and INexorable, a TvT, the only Terran versus Terran leading into the semis. That's where we be.